right. Everyone can see the map, right?
I see.
Yes.
Yeah.
Zoom out a bit. Yeah.
Okay. Because I was like, I learned how to switch scenes for only certain characters recently, so I was like throwing my spectator account across to make sure that things were right on the other scene.
Oh fuck.
Is that the new thing you're gonna try?
No, it was just helping me so that I was like getting things right just now, so I
Uh-huh.
didn't have to
Mm-hmm.
spoil it all
Uh-huh.
for all of you. Okay.
Mhm.
Someone's about to dream of something, guys.
Yeah.
Prepare yourselves.
So, right, let's get started. Last we left off, the Wayward Wanderers had finished their sojourn to Ralph Halfthird. Picking up some last-minute purchases from Immaculation, they have finally set off, leaving the city a better place than they had found it, and satisfied with the things they had learned and done. Gwen is travelling with the group after having recovered from her kidnapping, though it seems some form of mental trauma still remains. The group is now heading westwards, towards Edgewood. What they've said is going to be their last stepping stone before they venture into the vast Aesomore woods. Baelor has been called back to the Nazaritelli, though he is unsure of the reception he will return to. Wayward Wanderers, I must remind you, every action has a consequence. While the Aesomore is known to one of your companion, it is a vast and dense, and filled to the brim with all manner of creatures. Here now, in the crisp dawn air, and just outside the familiar city of Ral Nibblegup, what would you like to do?
Weren't we sleeping?
I believe you guys woke up and you've traveled for like a bit of the morning. You're now like close enough that you can see Ral Nibblegup on the horizons. It's like approximately like 3 miles away. You're like an hour away from it.
Okay.
A wide berth
Around the city?
around the city, I think.
Okay.
Yeah. To the forest, right? To Edgewood?
To Edgewood.
Yeah.
You can manage a
Yeah,
decent berth around the city. There are a bunch of what are called the Gup fields around Nibblegup, which is just a bunch of farming fields. But you can still make a decent ways skirting around the entrance so you're not that obvious. Who the hell's drawing on the thing?
I was trying to draw, but I couldn't see it, so I kept on drawing.
It's
But it's
very...
making such a small line.
I don't see it either.
Beautiful
I
color.
had to zoom in to see it.
See it?
One thing I think we need to keep in mind with Edgewood, and as we go past Ral Nibblegup, is the guards might be interested in talking to Gwen, considering there was a dead body found in her house. So we need to be careful of that.
We are not going to Ral Nibblegup.
No, we're going to
Yeah.
Edgewood though. The guards there are hired by Edgewood, or hired by Ral Nibblegup.
So they recognize Gwen.
Well, it depends if they're investigating her. From the
think
guard's
we're
point of
gonna
view, it's just
manage.
torn. There's just a dead body in a house. So pretty sus.
Okay. So just skirting by and heading still westward towards Edgewood.
Guys, are we checking on the huge ass tree, or are we just avoiding it for now and going to Edgewood?
Let's check on it as we go past, I think.
Yeah. I don't want to spend too much time like going out of our way, but if we check it while we're going past and see what we can see, I think that's fine. I don't know how much time we got left between where we are now and the meeting of the Lords.
I know.
I mean, if we get close enough, I can swim to it pretty quickly.
You would say that the map doesn't... I've learned this recently. The map doesn't do that good of a job of portraying the proper scale of like the size of this stuff. For example, being at the front gate of Ral Nibblegup, you can't see the lake or the tree. It's genuinely just too far away. It's beyond the horizon for you.
It's been one entire day after the arena, or was the arena yesterday, guys?
It's 10 feet. Okay.
Yeah.
Great.
We slept in Ralhathford. We've travelled. We've slept again, and now we're travelling again.
So it's 11 days until the meeting.
Okay.
11 days until the meeting? What you on about?
The
What
ward meeting.
Okay.
Which is why we're
Because-
going to see the druids. Is about their meeting.
Exactly.
Oh, so, okay. I didn't know it was scheduled like that.
I believe Hennard Halfthird scheduled it for 2 weeks from when he
Yeah.
decreed. And
Yeah, and I've been
yeah.
calculating.
Okay.
But also he expects Adriellis to show up, but nobody outside of you guys know how to even get to him or the fact that he even exists, really. So that is what your situation is. So you've seen this island on the map. Would you like to take a detour to go down to the lake?
How long would it take, do you reckon, from where we are now?
About like half a day to get to the shoreline of the lake.
Let's do it.
Okay.
Yeah, it was mentioned of those old journals, I think, as well, wasn't it? So it could be important.
Yeah.
So, heading south now down through the gut fields, you are passing by a bunch of farmlands. Like, a lot... As you've become closer and closer to the city, the farmland actually starts to get worked. And you get the idea that the farmland that gets worked is only the ones close enough to allow a commute to and from the city in a reasonable time. The farmland that was set up outside of that, especially between Relhaft and Relnibblegup, that was just simply too far away. Nobody bothers farming anymore because of random shambler attacks. Who would live out in the middle of the nowhere without the guards close by? Making your way down, you guys... I can still see... Hold on, there we go. Making your way down, you start to head towards what you know on your map to be a lake. Takes a while of you driving off the beaten path, dodging in between a couple fields, but you do eventually come to a vast, vast body of water. There's a slight embankment to it where you can chase down, and it's only... actually, all of you roll me a perception check. Because you know there to be something out in the lake. There's now a question of whether you can even see it or not.
Looks like I'm blind today.
Well, Andros, you couldn't see it because you went down onto the shore. Baylor and Anxie, you guys stood up on the embankment, and just barely from the top of the embankment, you can see the tippy top of the tree on the horizon from you. It's a very pretty tree. The top little tip of it that you can see, at least. But given that it's quite literally on the horizon, you get the feeling you can't exactly just swim to it.
Can we tell how long would it take us to fly there?
So, it would probably take... How much fly speed would you have if you gave yourself some kind of fly?
I'll tell you in a second.
I mean, same question, but with my swim speed of 40. How long would it take?
So for Owl, it's 60 feet. And for Ego is 60 feet as well, so yeah, 60 feet.
Okay. It would take you approximately 30 to 40 minutes if you were going to fly.
Okay, technically we can do that, guys.
Andros, if you were going to swim, it would take you about 50 minutes of straight swimming.
And if I turn into an eagle or an owl, how many people would you let me pick up?
Is it a giant owl or a giant eagle?
Yeah,
Yes.
huge.
How are you doing?
In campaign 2 they were like picking up to 3 people, one on the back
And two in either
sometimes, and
claw.
2 in the yeah.
We can also shrink me to make me lighter.
We can polymorph you, so we don't have to worry about you being heavy. Then you can do the
Yeah,
carry.
exactly.
I will say you can have one riding on the back and two in the claws. Oh, but one in the claws if that one is Cedric.
Okay, that sounds well. And if one of them is Zinni, she's basically extremely light. Same for
How
Anxi.
much intelligence do these giant gang birds have?
You still retain your intelligence.
More
Yeah,
than
the
Cedric.
polymorph makes you take
No,
whatever.
you don't. You don't
Oh,
retain.
you don't. Okay, never mind.
I think you take the physical stats, but not the mental stats, right?
You do take the mental stats as
Oh,
well.
really?
I'm pretty sure of. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because I mean, if you're just a big bird, you might just go off and start hunting rabbits.
Yeah, but you still know why you were turned into a bird, if that makes sense.
I guess we could use suggestion on you. I guess say pick us up and take us over there as well. If that is an issue.
Yeah. So technically, we can turn Cedric into one of the birds, and then he can get us all to the island, except for Andros, who can be swimming. Any objections?
Well, you said one on our back and one in our claws.
Two in the
Don't forget
claws,
we-
but one if it's
Oh,
Cedric.
we have Gwen with
I-
us.
I don't think Sid likes being controlled in that manner. He hated the whole being involuntarily danced
Oh,
around, right?
It's
He
not
hates that.
involuntarily.
No, but so just
I can
him turning into a
perceive
bird.
him.
Sid
Persuade him.
won't like that.
How about we have Sid and Gwen stay at the cart?
We could do that too. Or Zinni and
make
Gwen,
more
because
sense.
Zinni is not here.
That
Yeah,
makes
well,
more
then, yeah.
sense, I think. Just shrink me, guys.
No,
I'd
no,
be
no.
okay with that.
If we have Zinni and Gwen sit at the cart, we are 3 people that are gonna be flying, so it doesn't fucking matter. Shall we do that then?
Yeah, let's head over.
Okay. Do we have to RP it, or can we just move
Um,
on?
We need to keep one thing in mind.
Yeah.
So we've only got one polymorph spell each.
Gotta go back.
But that's all we need.
So we just need to fly there, not drop the polymorph, do whatever we're doing, and then fly back.
No, no, no. We just need one. We don't have to broadcast it.
We can always rest on the island anyway.
Well, we won't get a passport back. Shift. We literally just need one person to polymorph. Then this person gets, well, if we polymorph Cedric, me, for example, not Cedric because he wouldn't want to. I get you and Cedric. Andros will be swimming. Gwen and
what?
Zinni will be waiting.
While everyone's discussing the logistics of owls and birds and such, I just start swimming. I'm going to be behind anyway, so I need to a head start.
And then we need just a second recast of polymorph to get back.
Okay. We can do that.
Okay. So since Anxi sees Baylor as the very naturey type, she puts her hand on his shoulder and is like, "Fly, birdie, fly," and turns him into a giant eagle. And then she gets on his back once allowed.
Okay. So you guys are heading out. Andros, swimming is a rather intensive activity. Across the course of the 50 straight minutes that you're going to be swimming, can you roll me 3 Constitution saving throws?
Just 3, huh?
Oh, does it help that I can take breaks whenever I want because I can breathe underwater?
Oh wait, you could breathe on. Oh wait, you.
Yeah.
Oh, you can. Yeah, no, you're chilling. Never mind.
He's a
Okay.
fucking warlock, dude.
Yeah, I've just put it in chat. It's 40 feet and breathe underwater. So
Oh yeah, no, you're
Depends on what you
absolutely
want to do.
chilling. You take just a leisurely swim. Okay. All right. And so who's in what position where then? On the bird.
I'm on Baylor's back, and Cedric is basically captured by Laus.
Okay. And you're leaving Zinni and Gwen in the cart.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. You take off and you start flying into the sky. As you get higher ground, you see more of the tree that you're heading towards. It's just a single lone island in the middle of this vast lake with this one tree on it with beautiful auburn leaves. And you start flying closer and closer. You guys on the bird, as I said, it takes you like 35-ish minutes. You eventually touch down on this island. Andros rocking up not too far behind, but having maybe definitely a bit gone through a significant workout that he's not usually used to, but with his ability to breathe underwater, was still able to take things at his own pace. He wasn't too tired out.
Nice.
I've dropped polymorph once we are on the Leo Island, so we can actually speak with Baylor.
cool. So let's go find battery, I guess.
I imagine we'd fly right to the tree, right?
Well, the island itself is pretty small. A lot smaller than the map portrays. You get the feeling that, like, whilst this island was known to be here, people haven't exactly gone and measured its precise size or anything like that. But it's about a couple 100 feet wide either way. It's in a sort of like the shape of a bean. It's not exactly circular, but like, oblong in that sense. And it's just this magnificent tree. Baylor, you've never seen any kind of tree of this ilk before. I am fucking... Oh, I was muted to death. I was looking at my bar, like, why am I getting a bunch of notifications? What is this?
Kept going.
Brilliant.
It looks
We
very
didn't hear
engaging.
anything.
I don't even know how I did that. What did you hear?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Like, you didn't even hear me
We
start
just-
talking?
No.
Nope.
You were just.
making expressions,
0.
moving your hands. And...
Holy shit.
Oh,
okay,
it
baby girl.
hurts.
It's me, I gotta do this shit again. Fuck. So, off you guys fly up into the air. And as soon as you get a better vantage point, you can indeed see the tree before you.
So just to cut you off, we got that bit, and we got a bit of Andros getting there, slightly tired. But
Okay,
after
well, that's why I asked what you heard.
Well, you stopped talking for a while, then you started again, but
It's
you
okay,
were
it's
muted.
chill.
That's what
So-
happened.
This island is decently small. And you get the feeling that, like, whoever mapped out this map hasn't exactly come to this island to measure its exact circumference. Doesn't exactly matter. It's an oblong sort of shape, but it's like a couple 100 feet wide either way. So, like, you can very easily, like, run from end to end in, like, under a minute. But the tree that's here really is magnificent. Baylor, you've never seen a tree like this before. Or at least not of its ilk. Beautiful, gleaming, orange leaves. And you bask in it for a while. Give yourself a very peaceful aura. The perceptive amongst you, which is to say, all of you, notice very quickly upon landing, there is a small plaque close to the foot of this tree. A stone sticking out from the ground and flattened on an angle, with etched writing carved into it. I'm assuming you are all going to approach it.
Mm-hmm.
Indeed.
As you do, you begin trying to make out what it is that's etched into this stone. It's an old stone. It's been weathered quite a bit, and a good bit of moss is growing on it. But as you pull it all off, you sweep it to the side. It takes you a little bit, but even after just a couple minutes, it suddenly clicks, and you realize this is not written in common. In fact, this is written in a real language that none of you know how to read.
What is it?
I cast comprehend languages.
Okay. How exactly does this spell work again? For the duration, you understand the literal meaning of any language that you hear or see signed. You understand any written language that you see, but you must be touching the surface on which the words are written. Okay. As you run your fingers across the text, do you know what language it is?
It doesn't say, but knowing languages.
You just know what it says. Okay. As you read it across, Andros, the words come to you. Remembering the old times, remembering the good times. Let our dearest never be forgotten, nor our desires ever be faded. Our families live on, and so must our duties, never to be forgotten. If anyone wants, I can go and paste that into their notes section on Discord.
Oh, thank fuck.
Anyone else?
Yes, please.
Yeah, we could do.
Oh, thank you. And it's not Elven.
It's not a language that you guys recognize.
From all the books that Anxie has read, would she not recognize perhaps the language it's written in? From the symbols, not from what it says.
She cannot, but Shift, why don't you roll me a history check?
Ooh. Can I guidance myself?
You can.
Baylor. Okay.
With a 21,
Take the guidance anyway.
you recognize it. Not in the sense that you really know the language, but you've seen it somewhere else before. This is the same language that was written at the foot of the statue in Ralhafthid, which you know to be ancient Demwese, the old language of the Demwell Dominion, now no longer used.
How the fuck wouldn't I recognize that?
Is an old, old language.
And to be fair, I think Balor was the one who translated that.
That's exactly why I let him roll. He was the one who
Hmm.
cast comprehend languages on it before.
Right, I think so.
And the Damwell Dominion is the territory on the mainland, which technically the island falls under them as well, right?
Yes. Though the island's never mentioned on any maps, it is still included on every map of the Demwell Dominion. You know that the Demwell, or Anxie, you know that the Demwell Dominion used to be far larger and very much like a dominion that controlled damn near like half a continent, but it's been significantly chopped up in size recently due to certain regions taking freedom, both diplomatically and forcefully, and generally just dynasties of that size don't typically last for eternity. And so eventually, somewhere or another, it got shrunk down. It still does exist to this day and controls a good amount of the western coast of Rasdellin, but it does not anywhere near hold the military might that it used to.
Is anyone able to cast detect magic on the tree and anything magical about it?
And I will.
Okay. Mark off a spell slot. You cast Detect Magic. There is nothing magical about this tree. It is just a sturdy tree that has stood for a long, long time.
Okay.
Can we do a investigation of like whether there's something else that's rather curious around this little island, whether there's something engraved on the tree that we can't see immediately, anything like that?
Go for it. Roll me an investigation check.
I'm also going to walk around a little bit for the next 10 minutes while Detect Magic is up.
Okay. I mean, you can do a lap of the island in like less than 2 minutes. It really isn't hard, but you definitely do not find any hint of magic anywhere. Actually, with your investigation check of 20, you really do a good sweep around this island. You find a couple of fish bones that have washed ashore close to the shoreline, but other than that, this island is pretty barren. There really isn't anything to be found here. It very much has the feel of unexplored territory in that nobody in a long, long time has been here. You know how, like, grass close to a road you will see be trodden and sort of like misshapen in places? Everything here feels like it's lived its entire life without having seen a single humanoid.
Okay, interesting. But should we head back then? There's nothing else in?
I think we probably should.
So, while I'm swimming back, can I keep an eye out for any fish?
You can indeed, Tail. Andros.
I just want to have actual play talking fish.
He's gone fishing.
I guess I could ask the fish if they know anything about the island as well.
Well, yeah, if you're underwater, you can understand anything, but it has to be able
And they
to
can understand me.
speak.
Oh, yeah, good point. Fish may not be intelligent with. Never mind. Swim.
Do you want to keep an eye out for fish anyway?
Oh, yeah, if I see anything interesting, like any weird looking fish,
Roll me a
Yes.
perception check.
I'm even blind underwater.
It really is hard to see further down beneath you. Water is difficult for light to pass through at the best of times, but you guys make your way back. Who's casting polymorph this time?
I will be casting polymorph this time.
So there's both your level 3 spells used, right?
At level 4, yeah.
Oh,
Four.
level 4, that's right. Fuck me, you've got level 4 spells now. Whew. So, you guys set off once more, and you make your way back to the mainland. Finding Gwen and Zinni, who seem to be just sort of like, I don't want to say enjoying each other's company. They're not like chatting happily or anything, but they're comfortable enough to be sat very close to each other and enjoying some peaceful silence. Which is an oddity for Zinni, really, but something that you've not necessarily seen from her before, but is not that strange for anyone to do, if we're being honest. But you land back, your cart is where it was left, and nothing has happened in the meantime. We have now just passed midday.
We're going towards Edgewood, right?
Yeah, I think we should go with
Mhm.
Okay, so full speed ahead.
Okay. Knowing how far away Edgewood is, you realize you're going to need to pick up the pace a little bit and maybe ride just a little bit into the night if you want to make it to Edgewood in time. You guys start heading away, cutting across some fields once more just to regain some of the pace you lost so you don't have to go back north to reconnect to the roads. But you start clip-clopping away, heading back westbound. Eventually you make it to the bridge over the river. A night where you spent sleeping, I think, pretty much in the riverbank, right? Right before the Battle of Edgewood. And riding for an hour or two more, you find yourself at Edgewood. Golden light has been in the sky for a while now, and a creeping darkness is just on the horizon. And you find yourself in the familiar throes of Edgewood. One thing you do notice right away is that Ellery's general shop has had its roof repaired. After having been smashed in by a colossal shambler.
Hmm.
Will be worth checking in on the shop as we're going past.
I mean, if it's late, it's probably not working.
Mm-mm.
Right?
Oh, it's late, is it?
The only
Hmm.
building with lights on at the moment is the Weary Way Inn.
Yeah. I think let's go to the inn, get some food.
Yeah, we probably don't want to go into the forest at night, I guess.
No. It'll be good to have a rest and get our big spell slots back.
Okay. Well, you enter into the Weary Way, and the familiar Brick, the Dragonborn, greets you, offers you a room. You guys chat a little bit, but for the sake of brevity, we'll more or less pass the night, unless there's something you want to ask in regards to Gwen.
Who's that? The innkeep guy.
Yeah.
Okay. Excuse me.
Hmm.
How much would it be for a few days here? Maybe 5 days.
5 days? For you guys, I'll do it for a gold. Just the one room?
Oh. Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah, room and board. 5 days of gold. That'll be do me.
All right.
That's very kind of you. Thank you.
It's my pleasure. Which one of you is going to be staying?
our friend here, I think it's safer for her to stay here
Oh,
for
okay.
a while.
Safer. What are you guys up to?
Hopefully nothing. We're just traveling, and these parts of the island are quite dangerous.
You're not going to be heading into the woods, are you?
Not planning to.
Okay. Well, I mean, all sorts of beasties in there. Always best to be aware wherever you're going. Well, it was good meeting with you again, and I hope to, see you in however many days' time.
Yeah, likewise.
Thank you.
You guys retire to your rooms for the night.
Before we leave Gwenville as well, does she still have the Ashid stone? Just in case she's in contact with us.
Oh, the sending stone. Who has the sending stones right now?
That's a good question.
I
One-
think I've got both.
I think so too.
Yeah, I'll give Gwen one sending stone, so she can stay in contact with us if she needs anything.
Okay. Well, you hand off a stone to Gwen, and are you letting her know where you're going?
Based on not having let the innkeeper know, no, I'm not going to tell her the full details.
Okay.
Just going to tell her that we've got somewhere important we need to go and it's not safe. And she needs to stay here for a few days.
Okay. Well, Gwen seems emotionally distant. She has been the whole journey. From when you saw her back in the hospital, it's very much the same. She's always lost in the thought somewhere. Compliant and happy to go along with whatever you guys say, but her mind is definitely clouded with a lot of things, and it's hard to tell whether it's concerned or worried or whatever it is. I mean, she's been through a rough time. It's hard to expect anything else. But as you all lay your heads to rest, please rest the long rest buttons on your character sheet. One of you minus off 1 more gold for all your rooms for just this one night. The 1 gold was for Gwen's for 5.
All right, I'll pay both.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm just thinking, is it worth me getting the innkeeper's name in my tome so we can check up on Gwen? I've just got a feeling she might run off or something.
I don't think there's anything wrong with it.
Okay, in that case, I'll cross out Anksy's name from my book. It's a free episode.
Whoa,
Well,
you just killed me.
Oh yeah, no, you just fall over dead. Interesting. Anyway, I go up and I just say to the innkeeper, do you mind? Can you sign this? It's just so we can contact you if we need to.
Oh,
Another gold coin as well.
all right. Yeah, sure. And he writes his name. As you watch, he writes it. He doesn't look like he's used to holding a pen. A lot of like as he's like just trying to draw like a B, it's kind of like a bit wiggly, and he's like he's recalling something he did a long time ago.
And just to warn you, when I contact, if I do contact you, it'll be via sending, so you might hear my voice in your head. You better respond. Just don't panic if it happens.
Sounds a little freaky, but okay.
Thanks.
GM, for the long rest,
Mm-hmm.
are we all in different rooms? We must be. I think that's what you said.
Yeah, you can be if you want to be. Some of you want to
Okay,
shack up, it's up to you.
No. Before Anxie goes to bed, she would spawn with her sorcery points. Will cast a level 4 spell.
Mhm.
She will spawn aberration, and since it's something she's been working on within her mind, and she manages to actually give an actual form of it. So when she spawns it, she'll try to study it and basically try to learn its language every night if she has the spell slot to do so.
Okay.
So that's something I'll be doing. I'll be learning deep speech.
Oh, okay. Right. Well,
Yeah.
I keep knowing that. It will take a long while for you to do that and to learn, but it's definitely something that you can work towards if you want to spend just
I'd
an hour
like
a
to
night.
start it. That's why I wanted to mention it. Thank you.
Sure thing.
And that's it.
So, you guys wake up in the morning, have a simple but filling breakfast, and the day is yours.
Well, should we check out the shop before we head over to where we're going?
We can
Yeah.
check out the shop and then let's make our way
All right.
to our destination.
Heading over to Ellery's general shop, you do find she has opened for the morning already. And ding, 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 you guys open the door and walk inside. You see the familiar countertop up front and all the shelves out back. You don't see anyone right now.
Is there a bell we can ring?
There is a bell on the desk.
Does anyone want to ring it?
I'd like to look around first before ringing it. Like perceive whether there is like actually anything indicating someone hiding or whatnot.
Roll a perception check.
Have a guidance.
Hmm, 7.
It's kind of hard to make things out. Like, all the shelves make it quite difficult to see past everything.
I'll cast my mage hand and ring the little bell with it.
Bing! You hear something break far away. And you hear little feet running towards the counter. You don't even see Ellery before whoop, she pops up right in front of you after having climbed up her little stepladder. Oh, hey! Wayward Wanderers! It's nice to see you guys again.
Hello, Ellery. I'm happy to see your shop is back in business.
Oh, yeah. She looks up at the roof, is like, oh, they did a decent enough job for how quick they did it. I'm just glad all my shit ain't being rained on anymore. But, how you guys been doing? It's been a while.
We've been doing fine. Traveled a bit. Back to see what goods you have.
Oh, goods meat, you know, always the ever plentiful general store. I've got my pick of the goods that comes through this town. What is it you'd like? And she shows you her inventory. It's just general store goods, but this is a good opportunity for you to buy food rations if you did want it.
I'll buy some food.
Mm-hmm. It's good enough to buy some rations, pick them up, because it's going to be, you know, traveling through the Aesmore. You don't know exactly how long it's going to be.
How much for that amount of food, Ellery?
That many portions? Just 2 gold will be fine.
Okay, here you go.
Oh, so what are you guys up to? What are you doing next? Finding any more big ass shambles?
Hopefully not.
Oh, well, I mean,
Well,
yeah. Hopefully not. Hopefully not. Yeah. um, yeah. But like, anything interesting?
not really currently. We're just researching the island, trying to find out a bit more about why the Shamblers are spawning.
Oh, yeah. I've never really thought about it. It's just kind of something that happens.
Hmm.
I mean, thankfully we have the Indies. They take care of like a lot of it, but yeah, it's been a long while since there was like some anywhere near Edgewood, and I'm just thankful you guys are around when you were. I think Shift's talking to his dog or something.
I think so too.
Is my mic picking this up?
Only like the tiniest bits, but it was just as I stopped speaking.
And the other side of my room.
Yeah, we're looking just Baylor's just outside talking to a dog.
The funny thing is, I do talk to him, but he's deaf.
Oh.
Aww.
I just talk to him for me. But he does this thing where he's laying on the couch and then he barks. And as soon as I turn around, then he rolls over onto his back and he wants scritches.
Oh. He knows he can get your attention, but he can't even hear himself.
Yeah.
So cute, man. But you guys pick up everything that you might need
No one
from
buying anything else?
Ellery.
I also want to pick up some rations.
Yeah. I mean, assuming Anxie bought rations for everyone with the 2 gold. It's really,
did.
like, stuff here isn't
Okay.
expensive.
All right. That's fine then.
Well, happy to see you going, Ellery. Hope we see each other soon as well.
Yeah, hopefully. I hope whatever it is you're up to, you're doing good out there.
Thank you. Likewise.
All right.
And
Uh,
I leave.
Okay. And you watch as she, like, from under her desk picks up a dustpan and brush and starts walking back down the alley of shelves.
Before she heads off, does she sell any like bottles of oil or anything like that?
So, yeah, what kind of oil?
Like flammable oil.
Yeah. She's got like a couple of like smaller bottles, some like gallon jugs. What is it you're looking for?
I'll buy 2 bottles.
Okay, just 2 bottles of flammable oil. I'm sure nothing bad can possibly come of this.
It's just could be useful. How much is it?
Like 2 silver.
Okay.
All right. Well, you leave Ellery's general store. Golden light in the dawn sky above. Day is yours.
Well, Baylor, which direction should we head in?
I think we should make our way out of Edgewood along the road just a little bit and then dip into the forest.
Okay, I think probably best you take the lead. You're more familiar with it.
Yes and no. I'm familiar with it to an extent, but I can't say for sure I know exactly how to get back to the Eversplendor. I spent most of my time in the forest at the Eversplendor, and when I did leave, it was just doing things around the forest, close to the Eversplendor with other druids, which
Could we go into
wasn't
the forest
too
and
often.
You talk to a rabbit or something and ask. The rabbits knew about the druids last time we were there.
I think I have a way to find the way, but let's get into the forest.
Okay, so we're heading into the forest then?
Yeah.
Right. So this is where we're going to be doing something that I hope is going to be a little interesting for you all.
Wowie.
We are going to be doing something quite classic to D&D. Something arguably was the most integral aspect of D&D when it was first made back by Gary Gygax. A game function that's just as old as the game itself, but is seldom used nowadays. We are going to be doing some hexploration. So, I'm going to transfer us all over to a different scene right now. You guys should hopefully just see a pitch black screen. Please do not click anything, but feel free to just zoom out as much as you can.
Yep, just black.
Okay.
I see a little circle with myself.
Yes, so head on down to that circle.
I don't see me anywhere.
No, it's just Baylor that you should see, but you should be able to
Okay.
see it.
I don't see Baylor.
It's just black.
Me neither.
It's just black for you guys? Hmm.
Yeah.
It's black.
Okay, Baylor can see himself.
You can see kind of a white square, which I'm guessing is like the actual map image.
Yeah.
Edges, but I can't see anything inside it.
It's
me
emitting
too.
light. You guys should be able to see it. That's annoying.
Do our characters need to be on the thing? To see the light?
I hope not, but I
So we
think
could
I
just put the
can.
characters off the screen, couldn't we?
Oh, wait, yeah, let me do that then. 1 second.
Yep.
1, 2, 3, 4. Can you guys see Baylor?
Nothing.
No.
You
going.
zoom really far out. It's like
It's extremely far out. It's the max.
Would it be helpful if I share my screen?
Yeah.
hold on. If I do this, I should be able to. It does say you can't see Baylor. That is weird.
I'm sharing my screen if that helps. Thanks.
Yeah, it's exactly the same as Eos.
Okay. Let me see. Token vision on. Token emits light 5 feet.
Maybe if you just put our characters on top of or underneath Baylor's token, maybe.
Yeah, let's maybe do that.
So you might need to adjust how far we can see, because I presume I can see further than Baylor, for example. I need to change that.
Okay. Can you see your characters? Oh wait, I need to give you
nothing.
vision. That's it. Hold on.
Give us vision, please.
Okay, can you guys see?
Something just popped up.
Oh, I
Yeah,
see
we
something
can see
very
Baylor.
little.
I can see a Cedric and a Zinni.
Okay,
Yeah, me too.
but you see Baylor, right?
Yeah, you can see it. You can see it on my screen if you. That helps. You can see Baylor and a circle around him.
I do see Bela,
Mhm.
yeah.
I see the same.
Okay. Right. So this is how this is going to work. This is what I was alluding to earlier when I said that the map doesn't do a good job of establishing to you the real size of this place, the island itself, anything. So for this, I had Jay run a bunch of size calculations and everything. Fun fact, Zemia is 97% the size of the Earth. That's a crazy coincidence that it's so similar in size. But the Asamoah Woods itself, just the forest, is the size of Ireland and Northern Ireland combined. Like the entire, just the forest. So,
It's huge.
yeah. The way
So
this
would
is
burning it
measured.
down help?
What was that?
Saying, would burning it down give us more vision?
It would only probably burn a little bit because I'm not sure you're going to get a forest fire the entire size of an entire country. The way this is going to work, each hex is 3 miles. The reason that's 3 miles is because on average, 3 miles is as far as you can see to the horizon. depending on elevation and stuff like that, but that's generally speaking how this is going to work. You guys will be spending time and going in directions. I will be the one to do all the moving, just because this map is in exploration mode. So when you've gone somewhere, you can still see the hexes that you've previously seen, as you can see here, right? You guys see a big sort of like upside down T shape of vision, right?
Oh, we see a
No.
circle of vision.
Oh, just a
yeah.
circle? Okay,
Yeah.
well, let me fill out what you guys will
Okay,
have
yeah.
seen.
Now we get like fog of war in the previous spots. It's worth noting only Baylor's revealing.
Yes,
Okay.
that is what I intended, so that's all good.
Okay, cool. Yeah, that part is working.
Okay, so the route that you guys previously took to go see Faustina and Valmoira was up this way. And this was the hex that you guys waited for them in. But you are still back here now. So this is all that you know of the Asimar Woods. You'll tell me which hex you want to go to. Depending on what's drawn in each hex, it will take a different amount of time to go to, what you'll find there, and stuff like that. So, a hex with just one tree in it is just a wooded area, and it'll take you an hour to traverse through it. An hour is approximately how far you can walk through in 3 miles you can approximately walk in 1 hour. 2 trees is a heavily wooded area, which would mean you take 2 hours traveling through it. However, as long as Baylor is leading the group with his features, his custom feature he has, will knock that down by 1 hour. We'll go through the other hexes that come up as we go through them, but that is what we're doing. So,
the spider cave.
mm-hmm.
Whereabouts is that?
It's so far off out west, I can't really put it on the map for you because
We came in from a different point altogether, right?
yeah, so it's like if I suddenly put a point on the map like miles away, you guys don't really know exactly how far away it is. You'll know it if you went back to it, and you'd be able to navigate probably back there. But it's fair enough that like I'm not going to reveal absolutely everything, because like what's going to be drawn on this map is what you guys have traversed recently, or what you know to be there, like for certain. Like, you know the main roads, you know the line of the forest out to the west and the east, but that's where we are starting.
Okay.
I mean, the starting point is, shall we just keep heading north then until we see something different?
There's a building on the hex that we're on, so I
So that
assume we're still in
is
Edgewood.
Edgewood. But this is 3 miles wide. Remember this hex. You can walk a decent far way out of Edgewood, so you'd be out of sight, and still head up, and you'll still be in the same hex. Really, you'd have to walk for an entire hour in one direction to not be in the same hex. But it doesn't mean you're like not out of sight. You are already out of sight for the purposes of this.
All right.
Okay, so it is, let's say, 9 a.m. And this is a 27-hour day. So, Wayward Wanderers, which hex are we going to?
Before we go to a hex, I need to do one more thing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to pull out the pale stripped branch.
So, just before you do, hold on.
Okay, I won't put it out just yet.
Okay. It's not a guiding tool.
Yeah. Or should we head to the point where we met up with them first, as like the initial starting point? See if we see any tracks or anything from there.
Yeah, let's move north to where we met. with Valmoira.
Okay. Does someone want to keep a track of time for me? Or do you want me to just do that?
Okay.
Thank you, Platty. I was hoping it would be you. So, it's 9 a.m. right now. Baylor is leading the group. 1 hour. Are we going to the top left or top right?
So let's go top left, then right, then left, then right, then left.
Like that, if I help.
Oh, you want to go to one to the left? Okay. Here we go. So, one thing that's also worth noting, while you are in a hex, you can see what is in the hex adjacent to it.
You can't?
You
Or
can. So, 1
Okay.
hour, 2 hour, 3 hour to here. It takes a minimum of 1 hour to cross the tile. So, like, even though Baylor can minus an hour, you're not going to minus an hour out of a 1 hour time hex. You can just reduce the impediment of the dense forested hex.
But on this one, let's head right, or head to the top right. That way we will reveal an extra tile as we go. It'll still be an hour.
Okay, so
Yeah.
one to the top right. Yeah.
And then to the one where we met about it.
Okay, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hours. What's the time,
2
Anxie?
PM.
2 p.m. Let's just run the 27-hour clock format so we don't get confused with AM and PM.
14.
Okay. So, it's about midday. One of you roll me a d20.
Who's feeling lucky? Oh.
Not me, apparently.
There it is. Okay.
Okay. So, traveling through here, you're hearing a lot of animals, but a lot of them are not making their way to you or making themselves known to you. As you step into this hex, it's a bit less of a wooded area, and whilst you don't find the place where you met the druid straight away, you're at least like Baylor recognizing a couple of the trees and some of the paths that you were on before. And Baylor, you spot an animal. You know from the Nadzirateli that different animals have different territories within the Asimor woods. You don't exactly know where each animal's territory is, but you know most of the animals that live here, most of the creatures that live here. And as you're dipping and diving in between trees, you hear a bit of rustling from a bush in front of you. It's only a small bush. What are you guys going to do?
I'm just
Just-
looking at Baylor.
Rustling from a small bush.
Yeah.
I take a couple of steps in a northerly direction
Mm-hmm.
and see if it reacts.
As you take a
Traffic
step,
is
you
improving.
hear a little twig snap, and you feel that whatever is in there is staying painstakingly still. If you want to try and coax it out, you can use an animal handling check.
I just want to. I don't want to spend a spell slot doing this, per se, but I kind of want to let the animal know that we're not here for the animal. We're not here to cause trouble. We're just traveling through.
So, do you
Kind of like
You can just roll animal handling to at least like coax out, make it aware that you're
a friend.
friend and not some kind of predator. Okay.
Just think, if you don't want to spend a spell slot, doesn't Cedric have a ritual speak with animals?
I do.
And he's
Okay.
not moving. We can take 10 minutes.
Yeah, Cedric, you can take the 10 minutes to cast Speak with Animals if you want, but Balos, you get down to your knees and get a tiniest bit of preserved food out, and you hold it out in your hand. You hear a little bit more familiar rustling in the bush. And you see that whatever it is inside it comes closer to the edge of the bush, and you can see its little furry feet underneath the bush. And as it pounces out, you see a tiny little rabbit with a tiny little unicorn horn. You recognize this as an Almirage. It slowly hops towards you and slowly creeps towards your hand, open with the food in it. It snatches the food and starts nibbling on it.
I'll just lean forward slightly and just give him a little bit of a scratch behind the ear.
It's small enough that just with one finger you can run your finger along its head between its two ears at the top and start to like scratch it at the back of its head, and it sort of like really enjoys it and sort of like rocks its head back and forth in time with where you're scratching it. I'd say in this time, Sid, your ritual casting of Speak with Animals has completed.
What shall I ask it, guys?
Does it know the druid's own? Yeah, good thing to. He knows directions.
You know what? I'll just upbeat. Oh, all right, guys. Oh, they got me drowsy. I finished the ritual, right? I can now speak to this little bunny with the weird hole on his head. Hey, bunny, little guy, why do you have a horn on your head? Where did that come from?
Huh?
Yeah, I'm talking to you. You're the little bunny with like the horn on the head. Where did your horn come from, my friend?
Oh,
I've only seen bunnies with no horns. And you have one.
oh,
Oh,
this is mine.
that's your horn.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
When I was small, it used to be small,
Right.
but now it's
What?
real big.
It is. Compared to the rest of your body, I mean, you're kind of small. What? Your mum and daddy also had a horn.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah. All right. Well. Anyway, you see my friends here and me, right?
Uh-huh.
So, we're friends with Baylor. What was it again? Druids. Baylor. We're looking for druids, right?
Yeah, are you speaking to me in
Yeah.
normal common now?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. We're here for the druids. I want to
Right.
go home.
Right. So, you see my lovely friend here, he wants to go home. We want to go to the Druids. Does that say anything to you?
What's a druid?
Right. Fuck. So they're like sort of like the guardians of the forest.
Oh, I know them.
Yeah, like the protectors, you know.
I met a big rabbit once.
Yeah.
She was nice.
I mean, yeah. Yeah, she's nice. So yeah, exactly. I mean, those where the fuck are they? Excuse my language. Where would they might be in this gigantic forest?
Oh, I don't know.
Shit. Do you? Okay, so let's say I would like to know. Can you point me in any direction? Maybe any friends of yours that might know?
Uh, oh, the the oh, what they called? Oh, the and they point over in the direction behind you. The Rothi are very smart. You should ask them.
The who?
The Rothi.
Ralphie. Bela. You're talking about the Ralphie?
Do I know anything about the Rothi?
Yep.
The Rothi are bovine-like creatures. They are sort of big humpbacked bison.
Oh lord.
Also, Jay is going to be putting a picture of each animal. They are in Baldur's Gate 3. Jay is going to be putting a picture of each animal in the general chat for you guys. So when you come across a new one, you'll be able to find it pretty soon. Jay will put a picture in there for you.
Okay.
But there's the Almirage. And Andros has already recognized the Rothi. They're very old and very smart. You can ask them.
Oh, you know. Well, thank you, little buddy friend. With the horn.
Yeah.
What's your name, by the way?
I don't know.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
What do you think it should be?
Steve, whatever. Alright, you'll be Steve.
Steve. I like
Yeah.
Steve.
I turn to the rest of the group. For fuck's sake, guys, every time I ask the name of these animals, they just don't have one. It doesn't have a name. Makes no fucking sense. Like
I've
what?
given him one.
No, but like what? They get born into a litter, and there's like 9 or 10 of them, and they don't have fucking names. How do the parents even distinguish them from each other? You know what I'm saying? Makes no sense.
Oh, maybe
Anyway.
ask him.
I did. He told me to give him a name, so I'll call him Steve. Anyway, we need to find some bison guys.
He pointed
It's
southwest.
that way. Yeah, it's that way. And I point southwest.
Oops, I'm sure you head southwest then. Can we check out this tile?
Hold on, let me switch back. Which one? That one. Okay. 1 hour to travel here. And 1 hour to travel here.
Oh, that's something.
You've uncovered something in the tile next to you. This is the general marker for a point of interest.
Okay, so that's 1 hour of traveling, right? I just didn't.
Yes, each tree and 2 trees is going to be 1 hour travel each.
Yeah. I was just not sure whether we did 1 hex or 2 now. Sorry.
Cool. Let's head. Should we head to the point of interest then?
One of you roll me a d20, please.
Oh, let's do it this time.
May I?
Mm-hmm.
Go for it.
10.
Better than my 4.
8, 10. Okay. As you're heading through these forests, some more densely packed than others, you're walking through. And Anxie, you spot in the distance some sort of hairy cow looking thing. You see a couple of them slowly walking in some kind of herd.
I share that with the rest.
Baylor,
you
as soon
heard
as
of
it's
that,
spotted
Baylor?
out to you, you do recognize these as Rothi.
Would
wants to
I
talk to
recognize
Ruby.
these creatures?
Hmm?
Is it something? Is this something I would have encountered before?
You have not, no, but in your sort of like, I guess, understudy with the druids, you've more or less learned most of the animals here, if not by at least description. And you know most of what the forest entails. There are some of the seedier parts of, or things that you've heard only by name and then not necessarily described to you, but Arothi is understood to be a slow and patient and oftentimes wise creature.
Do I need to talk to them again? Because they're animals, or are they so wise that they can speak the human tongue?
As you look over at them, Cedric, you see that they're munching grass and staring off into the middle of nowhere.
So these are the wise creatures that Steve was talking about.
I wonder if they have names.
Yeah, well, whatever. I'm not gonna start that rant again. Alright, everyone. Let me try to talk to these, magnificent beasts, kinda.
Anyway, I approached the what are they called again? The Rathi?
Rothi.
The Rathi.
So, you approach them. You don't do it all that sneakily, but with every step you take, you don't see a single reaction from the Rothi. And they just continue slowly chewing the grass in their mouth as they stare off into the distance. It's only once you're within 10 feet of one of them does one of them even like slightly turn its head to look in your direction.
Yeah, hello. It's me, Sid. What might your name be? Oh, for fuck's sake, what do you want?
Hello, Sid.
Oh, shit. Hey. Greetings.
I am Brestian.
Rastian. That's a cool name. Wow. This is insane. This is actually an animal with a name. Or, sorry, can I call you an animal? I don't want to assume species here.
You can call me what I am.
Rastian.
And he
Right.
slowly nods at you.
Right. You seem wise. Kind of like my speed right here. Alright, so is it alright if I ask you a question, good sir?
Yes.
And while this is happening, Sid is like, because of it's a big animal, right? So he is a bit cautious and at the same time a bit amazed at like the answers that he's getting. But every time the animal speaks to him, he kind of like leans backwards a little bit, like, oh, okay.
Alright, we are looking for druids. Druids, guardians of the forests.
Yes, I know of the Guardians.
Right. Ooh, I'm kind of sleepy talking to you. Well, we're looking for them. Can you let me know where they are?
They have not been in these parts for many moons.
Right. Right. whew, do you maybe know where they might be?
The druids come from north of here.
Right. North, you said?
He turns and like points his entire body in one direction. That way.
Okay, so I turn to the group with one hand pointing to the way he pointed at, and the other hand, well, my fist is like rubbing my eye. Because holy fuck.
Yeah, I see him pointing. Ask him. What did you say? How far north?
It just said north. Doesn't matter. I mean, if we just go that direction, we'll surely find him, right? I trust my my friend here, Brastian. All right, Brastian, my friend. I thank you. North we go.
Good day to you, Cedric.
Wow.
Is that
Good.
the point of interest hex, or was it the one above it?
That's you're speaking to the animal in the hex you're in now. Point of interest hex is still southbound,
South.
and
I don't
Is the
think we
point of
should go
interest,
north
uh,
yet.
Yeah, is the point of interest further off, or is it like something else?
is it what? Sorry,
Is the point of interest the animals, or is it?
no. The animal is just in the hex you're in.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we should go check out our point of interest.
Yeah.
Okay, you guys head a bit south because you see something in the distance that rather catches your eye. And as you spend an hour moving down towards it, you come across a small clearing. And what caught your eye was a rather bright colour that seemed a bit out of place. You find a yellow tarp. It's a tent. You find a little camping sort of area. There's a couple of different tents set up here with a little fireplace in the middle. Who would like to roll investigation checks for me?
I have +2 to investigation. Anyone's got more?
Nope.
I have +1.
I'm gonna roll if no one
Yeah,
else wants to.
roll and have a guidance.
With a
21.
score of 21, you have a check over the campsite. You find a couple of old bits of clothing that have likely been left here. They're very, very mucky and muddy. The ashes in the campfire are old, and definitely nowhere near remotely recent when anything was last burned here. It's a nice comfy retreat. You find a small satchel that has some sort of little scribblings on it. It's a small map of the surrounding regions.
So was,
Can I
was
read
that
it?
scribbling on the map? Or sorry, was it scribbling on
Ooh.
the satchel?
Yo!
Oh, that's useful.
So it was map of the whole area we just saw. Is that it?
It was a map of a good few miles in each direction.
Is there anything useful we can salvage from the camp before we head on?
There's a couple of bits of cooking utensils, a very small, like, little pan, and some little pronged fork to hold it up with, but that's about it.
It looked like this camp was hastily abandoned.
I wouldn't say that, but even if it was, it'd be very hard to notice that. Everything here has not been moved in quite a while. And even having a check around the surrounding areas, you don't find any animal prints in the area as well. It's likely that the Rothi have left this to itself and not bothered with it.
Okay, well, if there's nothing else to camp, should we head
Hmm.
north then?
Let's head north.
Left or right?
I don't think it matters on this one. I think if we just head left, then right, then left.
Okay.
So
Another
up to you.
hour. What time are we at now, Anxie?
16.
17.
17 now. 18, 19 to the one to the left. Upwards.
Okay, it is. Hold on. 27-hour night. You got 4 hours of your side. Golden light in the air, and it is. You feel getting close to nighttime, but you can still make a step or two more if you'd like.
Aren't we one extra? Oh no.
Yeah,
I
it should be
guess not.
one.
Sorry.
One to the top left.
Yeah, I think so. One to the top left.
Oh, no,
I think you moved us to the right instead of to the one up.
Oh, there we go. You're there now.
And that's at 18.
Okay, well, should we check that point of interest to the top right and then camp there for the night?
Think so.
Hmm.
One of you roll me a d20.
I'll roll.
An 8. As you step into this hex and you start to familiarize yourself with the surroundings, Baylor, you find a bunch of animal tracks in the ground. Quite a few, in fact. In fact, whenever you see them, they definitely seem to be moving in multiples, like 5 or 6 at a time. Can you roll me just a general intelligence check, please, Baylor? These footprints are canine in nature. They do seem to be a bit bigger than normal, the prints. Not that like deep into the earth, but they're like wider than you would expect canine prints to be.
It seems like there could be wolves or something similar in this area. I don't think we should stay here very long. Let's move on to that, whatever it is we're seeing up there.
Okay. One more hour and you make your way into this hex. As you come into this hex, the canopy overhead is getting harder to see as the light is slowly fading from the sky. But in an open clearing, you see one single animal curled up and sort of like, it looks like it's shivering.
Can we see what kind of animal it is?
From this distance, you can definitely tell it's canine in nature, but that's about all you can make out without getting closer.
And it's shivering.
Looks like it. Sometimes it stops, but then sometimes it starts to shiver again.
Could it be like an injured wolf?
It could be. I'll slowly approach. I don't want to
Make
get
sure
too
we-
close, but I just want to get a better view.
Okay.
Yeah, before we approach it, can we make sure everyone's like on guard in case it's like a trap or something? You guard up.
Okay. As you slowly start to get a bit closer, you notice that this canine's furry coat is verdant in its tone. It's like a darkish green. And that, mixed with wider than normal paws, Baylor, you're able to deduce that this animal is a kushi. It's a dog-like animal that is about the size of a pony. It's pretty big, but it's there and shivering. And as you get a bit closer, you notice that it's rather emaciated and very starved, it looks like.
Would I know if this kushi is in the right part of the forest? Or is it wandered from its territory?
You don't really know the surrounding territories well enough to know, but you know that kushis, being the canine creatures they are, travel in packs. And as you get a bit closer, because you haven't specified that you wanted to be stealthy, it pricks its ears up and looks around and sees you. And as it looks at you, you notice it's got a bit of a messed up face. It's got like a cleft lip, in that it's like lip and jawline are really like fucked up and exposing way more gum than it's meant to. And as it sort of stands up and backs up a little, you notice it's got 3 legs. It's keeping its head down and is like slowly backing up. Hugh, roll me a nature check. This kushi seems afraid, and its backing up and the lowering of its head makes it feel like it's trying to not impose itself upon you, and is backing up slowly so that you won't attack it.
I'll also kneel down and sort of mimic its body language.
Roll me an animal handling check.
Can I guidance?
Yes, you can. With a 20, you make yourself look 22. You make yourself look very not imposing, and you go close to the ground. You keep your eyes up at it, but keeping a sort of like downward look as you keep flicking your eyes up towards the kushi. It stops backing off. It slowly starts limping its way towards you, as it does with its 3 legs. It gets real close to you.
I'll slowly extend my hand and just gently rub its face.
It's sort of like, as it comes towards you, leans its head into your hand before you have a chance to even pat it. And it sort of like tries to nestle itself into your hand as best it can.
This guy looks really hungry. Do we have anything for him?
I actually would spare some supplies. I mean, if depending on camping, so you can camp here and cook something.
Should have killed Steve. Fuck.
Yes, so can you just go back a bit
Aw.
and do some.
We don't want to hurt it, right?
No, I don't see the point.
No. when I look around to see if I'm gonna look around to see if I see any other tracks, or is it only his tracks that I can see?
Roll a perception check.
And can I guidance that?
Yep. As you take a look around with a 14, you not only notice an absence of other Kushi tracks, but much of this guy's as well. His tracks are only in the immediate vicinity, and you get the feeling that he's been in this small area just by himself for at least the past couple of days. I'd say
Does he
also with your nature check before, you know that Kushis, being the pack animals that they are, very much are always on the move. Not necessarily hunting prey, but always moving. A bit nomadic, but always like never sleeping in the same place twice. And the absence of other Kushis and the fact that this one hasn't gone beyond the small outcropping that it's in leads you to believe that this Kushi may have been abandoned by its pack.
So he's only got 3 legs.
Mm-hmm. You could definitely see that you know that it should have 4, and you can see that it at one time had 4, but it's definitely currently only got 3.
Does it look like a recent injury for the loss of the 4th leg?
Roll me a medicine check.
And I'll guidance as well.
Mm-hmm. A 15. You're able to deduce that it's definitely not within the past couple of days, but probably the last month or 2. This thing lost its leg.
Okay. This guy looks fairly friendly. Or at least not aggressive. I think we should maybe camp here for the night and share a meal with this Kushi.
I mean, it's probably worth asking him how he lost the leg as well. I'm wondering, is there something else out here that caused it?
I'll sit down next to him and I'll give him gentle pats, and while I'm patting him, I'll ritually cast Speak with Animals.
Okay.
Okay.
You notice that this Kushi is very quick to comfort, and that it's very, very willingly accepted your kind nature, and that it's immediately fallen in place. You ritually cast Speak with Animals, and you may now speak to the Kushi.
Hey, little guy.
Hey.
What happened to you? Why are you all alone?
Pack left. Not able to run.
I'm sorry to hear that. What happened to your leg?
Lost. Gone. Eaten.
Eaten?
Yes.
By who? Or by what?
You big stinky.
Big stinky. Sounds scary.
Did it happen close to here?
No. Across river.
How long have you been here?
He looks up into the sky. 3 sleep.
When last did you eat?
2 sleep.
We're going to spend the night here. Would you like to eat with us?
Yeah, yes.
Okay.
You're bad, guys.
So, as you guys lay out your bedrolls and break into your food rations, a night sky comes overhead. And you guys are finally able to relax after what's been an entire day of trekking. Baylor, you're finally able to relax your mind. Guiding this slot through the woods has been a bit of a task. Because to you, it's very obvious which route is going to be the quickest, which bush you don't want to walk through, which bush you definitely find eating the berries off of. For these guys, it definitely is not coming intuitively. And whilst you're happy to be able to render your services, you do feel quite tired after today. Is there any conversations that you guys would like to do? Or the night is upon you?
Who's going to be on watch?
Can you still speak with the animal, Baylor?
It only lasts 10 minutes.
He can ritually cast it, so I'm just going to say, for the entire purposes of this, yeah.
At some point, could you please tell them that I'll spawn something, but it wouldn't be, an enemy. I'll just learn from it,
Okay, I'll let him
so it
know
doesn't
that.
get scared. Yeah, thank you.
If you see anything strange, don't get scared. It's not an enemy.
Okay.
Are you able to do anything about that missing leg as well?
I don't have anything that will regrow a leg.
How the fuck we do that?
Anyway, during my watch, I'll be studying the language.
Okay.
Is it 8 hours?
The sleep, yes.
And how long have we spoken with the Kushi?
I'd say like
Or-
an hour.
So it's 9 hours since we dropped here. And I think it was 20, not 19 when we got here, because I was wrong. So it would be 2 a.m. when we wake up, or 2.
Oh god, yeah, 27-hour day. Jeez, that's just like, it's messing me up every time, and I'm the one that made it.
It's so silly.
Ugh.
You could have just made the hours longer and still be 24, It's,
No, it's 27
Oh
for
wait,
a reason.
it's 27.
Yeah.
So it's 3 a.m., not 2.
Okay. So, Who's taking watch in what order?
I can take one round.
Thanks, he's taking one as well. Who's going to take the third?
I'll take.
Oh, Sid taking watch.
It's not very in character, is it?
You can say you're going to take watch, but then just not wake up.
I'll probably
it's
won't
probably
wake up.
best. It's probably best we let Bador fully rest.
Yeah. You guys told me that, so I like. Oh, fine.
And
You know.
Zinni can take the last one.
Okay. So, Andros, roll me a perception check for your watch. An 18. It's a quiet night at times. There is one moment where you hear a bunch of howling, but it's pretty quiet and way in the distance. You have a feeling that like the sound's being carried a good bit because you can't even the sound doesn't sound that precise, like it's been a bit warped over the distance that it's flown. But outside of that, this small clearing in the forest around it is pretty quiet. Your shift goes by without a hitch. Anxie.
As we're swapping over, I just let Anxie know about the howling and what direction it came from, just to keep an eye on it.
It was approximately
Right.
like east-northeast direction. Sorry, west-northwest direction.
Good think I'll have an aberration taking care of that shit. If something attacks us, lovely.
So you summon your aberration and you continue to learn under speech, was it?
Deep speech.
Deep speech, that's it.
So for the perception check, since I can't see in the dark, but my aberration sees 60 feet into the darkness. So how do we do that?
How long
Do
does
I
the
roll at
aberration
disadvantage?
last when you summon it?
Oh fuck, that's a good question.
I think it's an hour.
Sounds correct, but let me check.
Yeah, up to an hour concentration.
Okay. Well, you can cast 2 of those, right?
Yeah.
So you can have the aberration out for your entire shift, because you're doing 4 shifts of 2 hours each.
Mhm.
Roll me a perception check for the aberration.
Oh fuck. I think he's got 0
It's
wisdom.
10, so it's 0.
Yeah, I know.
Just a
I
d20
was
then.
just- Oh, great.
Okay.
And can I at least roll for myself at disadvantage?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, 12. It's better.
Better. Okay.
It's better than 7.
It is indeed.
Would you do a separate roll for the second aberration you have to summon?
Oh, fuck, you would.
That's a
Okay,
good
yeah, roll
point.
again. And a 15,
15.
right. Keeping a keen eye and ear out throughout the night, you don't hear any of the howling that Andros told you about, but the night is quite peaceful. You hear the occasional sort of like insect a bit closer than you would like, but you can't exactly see where it's coming from. But eventually, your shift goes by without a hitch.
Okay. I wake up Cedric.
I think he's snoring.
He'll hear into his mind. Wake up, Sid. It's Anxie.
Oh.
Over?
Oh. Whew. Boy, I had a nightmare there for a second.
What?
What's going on?
It's time for your shift. You have to watch the camp.
Right, so I'm like, okay, and I get up, but my eyes are still closed, pretty much.
You sit on a little chopped over log, sort of like hands on your knees, just like barely awake. Roll me a perception check, Sid. Because you've got the best dark vision out of the entire group.
It's gonna roll a 2.
It is the force that I do know a little bit, so.
That's why you're gonna roll low.
Whew!
Oh, let's fucking go.
You're able to see quite far out into the trees. And though this is like pretty dense, you can very often see a lot of birds, nocturnal birds sweeping down and picking up little things from the ground and flying off. They do it rather silently. You're seeing it from quite far away, but these silent nocturnal predators sweep down, grab something, and fly off back up into the canopy. It's quite far away that you see this. I think you've got like 120 feet of dark vision.
Mm-hmm.
Outside of that, you don't see any animals trying to approach you. And you're pretty confident that you've kept a good eye out, and that you're proud of yourself. Did something good for the group. Usually just sleep through, but you know, when everyone needs you, Sid sticks it out. But now you're tired as fuck, so you go and wake Zinni up for her shift.
Well, then I do wake her up.
Fuck. I keep yawning. Shit. You wake up Zinni. She's rubbing her eyes. What was it? And you eventually
Your turn.
hassle her out of her bedroll. She keeps turning over, refusing to get up, but you just sort of like put your hands underneath her shoulders and lift her out of her bedroll and sit her on the log that you were set on
That's up.
before crawling into your own bedroll and back to sleep. Zinni will roll. She's got good perception as well, so that's good. She was like a 17 or something. She keeps watch for the night, and you know, everything seems to go fine. As she wakes you guys all up in the morning, she does turn and say, hey guys, I heard like a bunch of like howling like 15 minutes ago. It was off in like that direction. And she points west northwest.
That's kind of the direction we wanted to go in, isn't it?
So did you feed the Kushi?
Yeah, we did.
Okay. It had a good restful sleep, and it seems to be up earlier than you in that it's like it's awake, it's like looking around, and it's like it's standing beside you, Baylor, wagging its tail quite a bit, so much that like as it wags it, it's sort of like smacking you in the side of your arm. Remember, this thing is like about the size of a pony. It's pretty fucking big.
with its missing leg, what's its movement speed?
Less than your guys's. It moves with a pretty slow hobble.
How slow is slow?
So like half your speed.
Half whose speed?
Your guys' speed, you move at 30 feet.
Aren't some people with even lesser than that?
No, well, you guys are at like 30 feet for thing. Sid can move a bit faster if he chooses, but like talk about walking
Zinni's
speed.
25.
No, she's at
Yeah.
30. We use 5.5. Gnomes and halflings have 30 feet again.
Right. Okay.
What the fuck?
But, Wayward Wanderers, the day is yours. Which direction would you like to travel in, and what are you doing with this Kushi?
So, I'll ritually cast Speak with Animals again.
You do, and while you are casting it, the Kushi sort of like stands pretty close to you, sometimes resting its head upon your shoulder.
Hey, guy.
Hey,
How you feeling after that meal?
good. I'm hungry.
Are we having breakfast, by the way?
Yes, we are.
Yeah, we'll share some breakfast with our Kushi friend.
As you sort of like present it with its food, it's sort of like is a lot more friendly now in that it's like very happily munching and lapping at you. But it's like, have you guys seen those videos that went viral recently about like people feeding their dogs and then pretending they're getting kidnapped and watching their dogs just like abandon them and keep eating their food like hastily? That's basically what it's doing with its food. It's like eating its food as fast as it can. That's just like all that's coming to my mind.
If you know the science behind that, by the way, your dog can smell when you're scared. And if you're
So
pretending to be kidnapped, you're not scared. So your dog's not smelling that fear and it's not reacting.
Okay. I did figure that like there's probably some real bad acting from the owner's parts, that it's like it doesn't think there's an actual threat going on.
Yeah, it doesn't sense any threat. That's why it's just ignoring and eating. All right, so listen, my buddy guy, we've got to go. We're on a mission. We're
Oh.
going to see the druids, the guardians of the forest.
Oh, I know.
Now, I don't know if you're going to be able to keep up with the pace that we're walking. However, you can track our scent, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Track our scent as we go. Wherever it is that we're going to rest for the night, we'll leave some food behind for you so that you can eat that food when you get there. And if you track our scent all the way, you'll come out to where we're going to come out, where we meet the Guardians. And we can ask the Guardians if they can heal your leg so you can rejoin your pack.
Me get leg?
Yeah.
Oh. Yes.
Okay. So we're going to make our way. You just track our scent and follow us as best as you can. We will leave meals for you wherever we camp.
Okay.
And then once you've tracked us all the way, you'll meet up with us at the Guardians. And we'll let them know that you're coming.
Yes.
And that you need help. Okay. What's your name, by the way, buddy?
I don't have one.
Do you want one?
Yes.
I'm going to call you Jake.
Jake.
God.
Right. Jake, we'll meet you soon. You keep yourself safe.
Okay.
All right. I'll turn to the group. Okay, guys. Let's head out. Oh, Andros has got a good idea there.
I mean, it won't be great, but it might bring it up to maybe like 20 or 25 speed.
If I cut off your leg and gave you a prosthetic one, do you think that'd make you much quicker?
No, but if you see, there's videos of dogs that get like prosthetic ones and work pretty well.
Sure.
The question is,
Sure.
what's the Kushi standard movement speed?
Right now, 15.
No, like under normal circumstances.
Oh.
Make it up.
Hold on. Here it is.
Can we say more than 30?
A height of 2 feet? Jesus fuck. At the shoulder?
Wait, their height is 2 feet. You said it was as big as a pony.
It did say it was a size of pony, but the fucking wiki is now wrong, or Jay was wrong earlier? I don't know. It's the size of a pony.
A Shetlander, maybe.
Yeah.
Fucking love Shetlanders, man.
I'm just thinking like a horse has like 40 or 50 foot movement speed, or 60 foot even.
I think it's 60. I think its speed is 40 normally, a Kushi.
So do you reckon we could spend like an hour making something like that quickly?
Oh, you definitely can try, yeah.
You said an hour?
I mean, I presume we would obviously take some time to find a piece of wood that would work.
Okay, it's
and
4
tie
a.m.
it up.
then.
Okay, well, somebody roll me a sleight of hand check to see how well you can carve up this
Okay.
this stick.
Who's got best sleight of hand? I've got +5.
Oh, plus
Probably,
5.
Not me.
Yeah, it's probably you, Andros.
Okay, can I get guidance?
Of course. Oh, I've also got a +5 actually.
Great, Roy.
Oh, and 1d4.
Get a 4.
So 23.
23. You fashioned together a pretty good prosthetic leg for a dog. It can slip into the Kushi's stump can slip into the prosthetic leg pretty decently, but you'll need something to fasten it on with somehow.
Can we rip some fabric from that satchel we found if we took it with us? If not, I can rip some from my bag.
I've also got some hemp rope.
Yeah,
Oh,
we all
yeah,
do.
There you go.
Yeah, I mean you can make the necessary holes in the prosthetic and then wrap it around and tie it, and you give Jake a wooden leg.
What's his movement now?
I'd say its movement's bumped up to 25.
Okay, that's probably enough to come with us, isn't it? We're slightly slower, but it won't be a huge downgrade. And it sounded like he was familiar with the garden, so he might be able to lead us there as well.
I don't mind that.
It's like, Bale, can you ask him, like, does he know the direction, know the way to go?
Yeah, so I'll ritually cast again and I'll ask him, Jake, do you know the way to the Guardian's home?
I know Guardians.
Do you know where they live?
Yes.
Do I trust him?
Roll insight against the dog.
Just the way he said that, I was like,
Mm-hmm.
Can I guidance my insight?
No.
Oh, nice.
This Kushi, Jake, seems very confident and excited in his prospect of being able to be a part of a pack and help someone again. You do get the feeling from his answer, though, that he doesn't know where the druids live, like where they're from, especially with you knowing that it's still quite a while from here. But you get the feeling that he knows of a place he wants to take you. Like there's a place in his mind that he's like, I know where to go. But you're pretty confident that it's not what you've actually asked him.
Okay, well, if it's it could be something interesting he leads us to, as long as it's in the same general direction we're going.
So, from where we are now, Jake, which direction should we be going?
And he starts like looking around and then this way and starts walking westward.
Okay, well, that's.
If you're gonna follow Jake's lead then?
I just want to get an idea of where he wants to go, because I know that we need to head in like a northwest or
You're asking
northwest.
how far west it is, because if it's like 3 tiles west, then that's different from if it's 50 tiles west.
Yeah, how far away is this place, Jake?
Not far.
Okay, it's definitely not the place that we want to go to. I don't know if we should check it out anyway.
I mean,
I'm
if it's not
curious.
too far, that's. I mean, it might be something to do with the druids. It could be interesting.
Yeah.
It could be. All right, let's follow Jake.
Okay. Following Jake, you guys are going to lose your time-saving bonus because Baylor is no longer leading the pack. So it's 2 hours to this hex, and then 1 hour to this hex, 2 hours to this hex, and then another 2 hours to this hex.
That's 7 hours, and it's 11 o'clock.
There's something interesting to the northwest of us, I think. I see
Yeah,
like the edge of a tile.
yeah, I see something.
Mm-hmm.
You see
There's
to the
also-
west and northwest of you, it is a hilly sort of hex, and will add an additional hour to the travel, as well as it's a three tree tile, meaning it will take 4 hours to traverse through. So it's a 5-hour tile to go into.
What if I lead us through the tile?
Ooh,
Then you would reduce that by 1 hour.
There's also a point of interest to the bottom left of us as well. We probably want to check out first, because it's only got 1 tree on it, I think.
Yeah, let's go check out the point of interest.
Okay, so it's 1 hour down to here. So, as you make your way down to here, this is a significantly less wooded area, and there's a lot more parts of it which are quite open. And Jake starts like leading ahead, being confident. This is the tile he actually wanted to walk to as well. And he starts like walking around, and he spots something and starts kind of like limp dashing off. You guys are able to keep up just by walking at your current pace still. But eventually you spot what he spotted, and it's a pack of Kushis. Are you continuing to follow Jake?
Have they spotted us?
Jake is not the stealthiest. Yes, they have spotted you.
Probably worth queuing up Speak of Animals to talk to them, I guess, as well. Might be he wants to rejoin his pack, I guess.
Hmm. How are they reacting to us?
They are weary. They're looking at you and they're sort of like walking back and forth among their pack. They're not hostile, but they are keenly aware of you and sort of like keeping eyes on you.
Hmm. Okay. I think we should go a little bit closer.
Yep.
Okay. As you get closer to the pack, Jake sort of like hobbles up to them and like immediately starts to like sniff them all and give the usual canine greeting. And he's sort of like bobbing his way in between them. But as you watch it, he's sort of like, it's pretty one-sided in the excitement. It's not mutual. They sort of like they're aware of him and they're sort of like tolerating him being around, but they're keeping an eye on you guys specifically.
I'll burn a spell slot and cast Speak with Animals instantly.
Okay.
Hello, friends.
Hello.
We're traveling through the forest to go see the Guardians.
Oh,
And we met Jake.
Guardians. You smell funny.
A good funny?
Bad.
Oh. Well, I am family of the Guardians.
You,
I just... Yes.
Guardian. Yes. Oh. Which animal?
I can be any animal.
Nice.
Um,
Can you
I haven't been yet.
can you be Kushi?
I can be Kushi.
You watch as like it sort of like nozzles around the rest of the Kushis are sort of like eyes down, like look like they're smiling and like oh shit.
I will, I'll burn a wild shape charge and I'll shapeshift into a Kushi.
Okay, you shapeshift into a regular sized Kushi, and you watch as they all sort of like look massively disappointed. Oh, you normal Kushi. You're not big Kushi.
I'll drop the wild shape and go, yeah,
Before you do anything else, Baylor, I just we just see the look of disappointment on her face, and I just ask Zinni, can you cast enlarge on him?
Does Zinni have that?
Someone does.
SP does, but maybe not prepared.
Enlarge Reduce is not on her character sheet. Baylor, are you the one with Enlarge Reduce?
He
I
is
do.
for sure.
Yeah, I definitely have it.
Okay. If you want, you can have cast it on yourself before wild shaping into the Kushi, if that's the play you want to make. Knowing that they know, like, all the Guardians shapeshift into a singular giant animal. That's likely what they were expecting.
I don't actually have it prepared at the moment.
Never mind then. So you shapeshift into this regular sized Kushi and they all just oh.
I'll drop my wild shape back into human form so I can speak with him again. I'm a young guardian,
Pup
so I
guardian.
don't have a giant size yet.
You pup.
Yes, I am a pup.
Okay.
I've lost my way though, and I need to find my way home. And we can take this one, and I'll point to Jake, and we can have him healed so he can get his leg back.
Jake sort of like is looking at the group and bobbing his head up and down like really excitedly, and the other Kushis just sort of like looking like, I want leg.
Like, do you want Jake to have a leg, do you mean?
No, I want leg.
Are any of them missing a leg?
No.
Well, you've got all your legs already. You can't have an extra leg.
Jake, get leg. I want leg.
Jake needs 4 legs.
I need leg.
We'll figure something out. For now,
Sorry. That broke me. Oh, fuck. Oh.
for now though, do you know how to get to the Guardian's home?
Guardian, come. Recently. God, many moon, but recent. They come from that way. And they just point westward.
Do you not know where they live?
Yes, that way. And they point westward.
Okay, thank you. And I point to Jake again. He's going to come with us so we can get him a leg. And then he'll come back to you after.
And then my turn.
We'll see. That's up to the Guardians.
Oh, okay.
But we'll tell them that you want another leg.
Okay.
You're not going to eat it, right?
Maybe.
Okay. Well, thank you for your help.
Fucking silly man.
All right. So the Kushi said the Guardians came from the west. Should we go northwest?
Yeah, I think we want to go northwest and then northwest again to see what that other tile is.
Yeah.
It definitely looks different.
Okay. So,
And let Baylor lead.
Baylor is leading this time. So, this is a 3-tree tile, meaning it's 4 hours, plus a hill that's an extra 1 hour. Baylor leading reduces that by once. This is 4 hours to step into this tile.
16.
No, it's just river.
Stop it. I know that's you.
Yeah, that's not me.
Didn't you mention like the animal that took his leg was over a river?
He did. So maybe we don't want to cross the river. Should we go west?
Yeah, do we want to go west or north? I think we can go west a bit and just see what is out there.
I think so.
Okay.
If
So-
we're going to go west, but I think we want to go southwest. Actually, they're both the same with you leading. Never mind.
So this to the west of you is actually a 3-tree tile, but you can't see the third tree.
Okay, in that case, we want to go southwest. Unless anyone disagrees.
I think if we go southwest, we're gonna spend the same amount of time getting back north again. So we
Yeah.
may as well just go
Okay,
west.
fair enough.
So it's going to
Let's
take
go west.
3 hours for this next tile.
Even with Baylor's thing.
It's 4 hours for a 3-tree tile, and
Oh,
he
okay,
reduces
sorry,
it by
sorry,
1
sorry.
hour.
Got it.
Oh, there's another point of interest.
Someone roll me a d20.
I think it's Scuppy. Stern.
Yeah.
Yeah, Skip rolls a d20, please. A 4. Scup. Cedric. A lot of trees around, and you're desperate for seeing something else. Anything else. And you spot something. It's an animal. It's got a hard shell and it's low to the ground. It's sort of like got a bunch of little segments on it, a bunch of like 2 little tiny back legs to it. Do you want to walk up to it?
Sure.
You
With ritual, yeah.
You-
Speak to animals.
you walk up to this thing, and as you approach it, it's got some kind of like a shell-like exoskeleton where it's like little ridges all over it, split up in little segments, and like a little tail. Its back, it's still to you. Do you want to try and get its attention? And you watch as this little thing turns around, and it's got like a long sort of like thinnish face that comes to a little tiny little snout at point. And one thing that's odd that you notice is a gem encrusted in its forehead. Baylor, you recognize this as a carbuncle. A small armadillo-like creature with a gem embedded in its forehead. It's a beautiful green glistening gem, but it looks up at you. Oh, hey.
Hey. Sorry, You got something on your forehead.
Oh, yeah, that's mine.
Looks shiny.
Yeah,
What is it?
it's mine.
It's mine. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, it looks nice. Makes you look real pretty, mate.
Thank you.
Yeah. What's your name? Fuck's sake! Jesus fucking Christ! Every fucking time!
Oh,
Alright. You want me to give you a name?
no.
Okay, sorry. Pardon me. I lost my cool there for a second, little fella. It's alright. It's okay. Look at you being all pretty with a little jewel on your head. You look pretty. Are you a girl or a boy?
You can't tell.
Sid turns around, looks at the group, and he's like, fuck! You know, like, shit! And he turns back to the guy, or the girl.
No, I can tell. I'll call you Sammy.
Sammy.
Cause, you know, that suits your gender.
Oh, I don't like it.
You don't like Sammy? It's a really cute name for a you. Shit. Alright. What don't you like about it? Let's find a new name.
What's What's the name?
Right. Oh, of course. Shit. Basically, it's what we call you. If my name, for example, is Sid. Right?
Oh,
So you talk to me and like, hey, there this guy is, the green guy, it's Sid. Right?
okay.
Would you like a name like that?
No.
Okay. Well, I don't know why I keep trying this anyway. Anyway, hey, listen. Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Oh, fantastic. We're looking for the Guardians of the Forest.
Oh, I know Guardians.
Yeah?
Yeah, they deal with spiders.
Oh, I guess they do. Yeah. Do you know where they are?
Uh, they come from west.
West. Alright, so I turn back to the group. Guys, it is saying that we have to go west. Guys,
West is good. West is good.
west is good. Alright, little fella, we're going west. Thank you very much. Keep that little thing on your head clean. Looks fantastic. See you later.
Oh, okay, bye.
Later.
And you watch as it turns and like plods off and immediately pounces on something, and you just start hearing some like gnashing noises.
Okay.
Just make sure you keep an eye on Jake, otherwise he might go and try and eat it.
Jay is sticking.
I had-
Jake is sticking. Sorry, I said Jay. That's bad. Jake is sticking very close to Baylor's legs and is like pretty much getting in the way. In the like when you try and take a step, it immediately tries to step in between your legs.
Right.
Okay, well, shall we carry on heading west then?
Dude, I really thought I had it with
Oh,
7.
sorry. was that point of interest the thing we just talked to? Or was that
No.
on this
Anything that you're talking to is in your hex. Remember, the next hex is 3 miles away. It's technically the horizon.
Okay, well, I think we should check out that point of interest then.
Yeah, let's check out that point of interest.
How late in the day is it?
Hanksy, what's the time?
It's 19.
19. So about like 24ish is when it starts getting dark.
Okay.
Okay, let's head to that point of interest then.
Okay. So with Baylor leading, but with Jake constantly getting in the way, it's 2 hours down to this hex. You've essentially losing your bonus because Jake is so enthusiastic and happy of being around you that he's more or less like impeding you now. So 2 hours down to this hex. As you come upon this, it's a decently wooded area, but eventually you stumble into a clearing and you see a whole bunch of carbuncles. A massive amount, like you count like at least 30. And you see that they're all sort of like bunched rather closely together, and they're all looking in the one same direction. And as you follow where they're all looking, you see in the center of all these carbuncles, here's another carbuncle, but one that's still and unmoving and turned on its back. You see a lot of the carbuncles sort of like just standing here, lowering their heads, and sort of like shuffling and like touching each other's heads side to side.
Can we approach?
You're decently close already, but you can get a bit closer, and the carbuncles seem like friendly animals for the most part. A lot of them seem to have taken notice of you, but the rest are sort of like preoccupied with what they're already doing.
Or we want to stick around here, guys?
I think we probably want to leave them to it.
Yeah, let's not disturb them too much.
Okay.
Was it 2 hours or 1 hour to get here?
2
Sorry.
hours.
Okay, it's 21 then.
Well, Baylor, do you want to take 10 minutes to ask Jacob not to bother you as much? Just stand behind you or something.
Can we make it to the next tile and then camp for the night, and then I'll chat to them there?
Okay, not a bad idea.
All right. What next tile are
Should
you
we-
going to?
Should we go there?
Yeah, let's say like west/northwest. See where it leads.
Okay, top left. There we go. It's just 1 hour to this hex.
And if we still have time, do we want to head directly west now? Looks like all the others are free tree tiles.
The all 3 tiles to your left, top, middle, and bottom, are all 2 tree hexes.
So, what is the time? Should we be camping here for the night, or do we want to make another move?
It's 22, so we could move once more and then take a break.
Okay.
So we're going to the northwest one, or
Yeah, before we do, I'll burn another spell slot,
Okay.
and I'll cast Speak with Animals.
Yep.
Jake, buddy,
Yeah.
I know you're very, very excited,
Yeah.
but I need you to be a little bit calmer,
Uh,
because when I'm leading the group, you just stand next to me. Don't come in between my legs, because
oh,
otherwise you're going to make us go slower, and we want to get you sorted quicker.
he starts to lower his head. Oh.
But don't worry, we're not upset.
Oh, okay.
We'll get you there, but you just stick next to me, okay?
Oh, okay.
Okay. Thanks, Jake.
Just grumbling to himself. He's not saying anything.
I'm just going to leave him to grumble and ponder his actions for the day as we move into our next tile.
With you now unimpeded by Jake, and Jake sulking like 2 feet behind you, keeping his head down. You're going northwest?
I think so.
Okay. That was 1 hour to get into this tile. So it's 23? Right?
that's 1 hour. Yeah, it's 23 then.
Okay. Still move 1 more tile if you'd like as well.
We could.
I think we should move another tile in.
Me too. Let's do it.
Okay.
I think west, and then we can deal with crossing the river in the morning if we need to.
Okay, that's 2 hour or 1.
It'll be 1 hour.
Okay, so it's 24. It should be dark.
It is now a nighttime Streaking across the sky as the golden light fades from the sky above. It's been a long day of trekking, but now looking to set up camp for the night.
Let's set up camp for the night.
Should we do the same as last night, basically? So we, save time.
Yeah, let's do the same like rotation, I think.
Okay, yeah.
Before we all head to bed, though, I will use sending on the innkeeper and just checking on Gwen.
Okay, and what would you like to send?
Hello, Andros here. How's Gwen? Have you seen anything odd?
Okay. It takes a couple minutes, but eventually...
I'm sorry, but that was so beautifully in character.
Yeah.
Hey, it's Endra's here. Not knowing how to properly socialize right there.
It takes a few minutes, but eventually you start to see words form in your book. And they read, "Oh shit, scared me half to death there. Wasn't expecting that at all. Gwen's doing good. Little quiet, but she's lovely. Yep, that's it."
Okay, and I just send again, just saying thanks.
Yeah, cool, thank you. Man, I cannot get used to that. That's so weird. I can hear his voice, but that's so freaky. That's what's written in your book.
I just close the book.
All
Okay,
right.
so we're doing the same rotation, yeah?
Baylor, as you settle down for tonight, you notice something pretty quickly. The night before, Jake more or less slept on top of you. Now he's sleeping like a foot away from you.
I'll move a bit closer to Jake.
It takes him like a couple of minutes of you being sat a bit closer to him. But eventually, like, he turns his head back around to face into you and like rests his forehead on your chest. So,
I'll give him pats while I fall asleep.
first shift. Andros. Roll me a perception check, please. A 14. You can hear the rushing water of a stream nearby. Not really a stream, it's a river. It's a pretty full river as well. It's decently wide across, and as you get to peek over, you're like... You can't necessarily see over to the other side, obviously, with it being starting to get dark now as your watch begins. But you're aware of the river that's there. Not exactly sure where it's come from, where it's going. Maybe it leads to the river that you crossed by over earlier. Not really sure. But then as night kicks in, you can't really hear too much around. You occasionally hear the small plodding of feet, like little tiny feet. What you can assume is maybe a carbuncle, but it's out of view for you. And outside of that, your watch finishes without a hitch. And you're waking up Anxie next?
Are carbuncles nocturnal?
No.
Up.
So, Anksy's up. Double aberrations, I guess, as well.
Yeah. So that's the rolls for the aberrations, and for me. Oh, and I'm gonna reroll that with my lucky points, because I have lots of them right now.
Yeah, you're about to reset anyway.
And that's it.
Okay. You spend the night speaking to your aberration in deep speak. You know what? Platt, can you give us an example of what deep speech sounds like?
No,
Come on.
it's happening inside my head. Sorry. Unfortunate.
You're trying to learn it. You gotta learn how to speak it.
At some point you'll hear it. Not now, though. Sorry.
Keeping it quiet and secret. Okay. Keeping an eye out. You're also still able to hear the moving sound of water from the river that's not necessarily close by, but like close enough that you can earshot hear the water rushing. You occasionally hear the flutter of wings up in the canopy above you. But outside of that, your watch is quiet and goes by without a hitch. Who are you waking up next? Who are you waking up, Anksy?
As we said, we're doing the same shift, so I'm waking up Cedric.
Sid, are you actually waking up?
Right. Sorry I had to witness that. I'm not accustomed to waking up.
Letting out a big yawn and a stretch, Sid, you sit up. Put your hands on your hips and stand and look around. You can see everything for a long while.
Well, not this time.
Seeing all the trees, not seeing all the stuff that's scurrying in between them. Man, that's a lot of trees. Everyone said they heard that there's a river nearby, but you can't hear shit. Don't know what they're on about. They must be wrong. But
I have my pinky in my ear, and I'm like, removing shit from it.
Just like flicking it off and like...
And flicking it off my pinky. Yeah.
But no, a somewhat disgruntled shift later, you wait. Your watch passes by without a hitch, and you go to wake up Zinni.
Yeah.
Who also wakes up. You again have to like pick her up out of her bedroll because she refuses to just get up on her own. But she sits, looks around. She rolls decently. Her watch also passes without a hitch. Go ahead and all press your long rest buttons. At this point, we've been playing for almost 3 hours at this point, and I think on the morning of this is where we are going to draw our session to a close.
It's 5 a.m. and it's 8 days until the Lord's meeting.
Can you write that in your notes, please, just so we have that to hand for later?
I've written down the Lord's meeting days because I was basically taking them down after each long rest. So that's what I've been doing.
Yeah, can you just write the checkpoint?
Yeah, I've
marker?
written the time as well.
Good, thank you. Okay.
Just had a thought as well. Could somebody not just turn to a bird and look on the horizon for the giant tree?
You underestimate how far away that horizon would be.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Size calculations for this really made me like go a little crazy and think about like what I had drawn. The cities on the map are deceptively massive.
They are.
Fucking bug flying around in my room. Right, that's sorry. That's turn the stream off.